This is the ultimate four-door Jeep Wrangler. But it's not done yet. The team still has a couple things to tie up on this before we can bust it down and send it to powder coat and paint. I know for a fact they're working on a little bit of bling, a little machining something to go right there. And then whatever else the guys find, they're gonna touch up, finish up, and we're gonna bust this thing down and get it out.
Looking at these doors, so the JK half doors are really sought after. Matt found a way to buy these from Mopar. If you buy them, they don't have any door panels, so guys in the shop put this sheet metal panel on it, and it looks really good and clean, but it's just basic and simple. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna come in here and we're gonna build a billet trim piece that really works well with this plastic, but really I wanna lay out something that looks proportionally right. So I'm just gonna run through it real quick. I might draw this to where it just comes in and it's got a sharp edge. I'll figure out if I want to arc in it or whatnot, but like that's a good size. And if I look at it with a full close, when we're seeing this, so these angles are laid back, but then come in here and look, so like the handles that we put in this custom console, like they all lay back. I love for that little shape to follow all the way through on a build, and I think it's going to be, I think we're on to something right here with this deal. Holy crap. Oh no, that cleaned it up. That looks good. I'm really blown away with how clean that looks, and like what's cool is like if we get this rolling, like we just sell that in a Fenderwells deal to anybody with a JK, that way they can put out, put the stocks on the back of it. Yup.
That looks good. It flows too.
I can't believe how clean it turned everything is.
Next level, son. Next level.
These are the factory door handles that come with those half doors. So we look, and it's pretty wild how good the scan looks, just like the piece here. And we actually took it a step and a little bit further and we scanned the door. Then I come in here and I took a little hand sketch that I had, took a picture of it, and I sketched out these lines. Then we threw the solid to it. Now it starts coming out, you start seeing how good everything fits and everything. We're gonna select the entity. Let's change the color on this now. Picturing out through the dash, gonna be red, black handles on the dash, the screens, everything else like this really starts looking like something. Seeing the red through this really kind of made it exciting to me. Tyler, you were asking yesterday about the machining process. At this point, I'm just gonna do the design work on it. Devin's workload, he can do the toolpath on it. From right here, it's a solid 3D model, but there's nothing telling the CNC machine what to do just yet.
So we are now at the point where this custom piece for the JK door handle is getting machined. Devin's got it in the CNC machine right now. He's gonna show us and tell us a little bit about it.
They come up with a design and get me a drawing, a rendering, if you will, of what they're looking for. Zoomed in, you can see all the chamfers and pockets and all the different design. And the way this will be done is it'll be laid out. All four doors will be laid out on one plate. I essentially take the rendering and come into Mastercam and put the toolpath to it. I select the cutters, I figure out which cutters will clear what radius and set all the cutting depths and all of that. What that looks like is you can go on Verify in Mastercam and actually watch the work that you already have programmed run, so you can kind of get an idea of what the part's going to look like after it's done machining. As far as speed and feed, I'm running it kind of modest because, like I say, this is a one-off part. I need to be able to keep up with what it's doing and really pay attention to what cuts I'm making.
Devin, let's get this thing out of here and get solid parts.
Oh yeah,
Oh, look at that.
that's cool.
Dang. Devin, you
So-
still got that picture?
That's the deal. Make it look like the picture.
And that's exactly what you showed us in the computer that you designed.
Absolutely. Let me see that. Yeah, I want to see that. This right here is what I've been waiting to see because we couldn't really test this fully. Oh yeah, like
That looks really good.
That's going to be the look down in there that we're looking for, a bit floating. Yeah, like that all. That scan data worked out just great. Like this is going to be really cool as it all pops off.
Yeah, it's a good fit.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we've got. The door.
After we
it's
cleaned
door
up
handles.
and capped all these off, what are we gonna do about the A-pillars here?
Man. Yeah, we better fix that. That doesn't look finished at all. So I'll go in, I'll pull the file up, I'll draw something, and we'll get some sheet metal on that. Like I said, I think we're going to do that from this point moving on. We'll get that took care of. We're making filler panels for every piece of this thing that's needed. That way we can just do them next time we build these things. A guy at home's building one of our chassis out. Like, we've got a total list of like, man, you're going to need all this stuff so this thing turns out to be a clean project, because in the factory body there's a lot of holes and stuff like that.
Our piece actually is fitting right up in there perfectly.
Really,
Yeah, all day. Alright, get the door panel off, clean all this nonsense off, and bang a couple of regular size holes off in there and see where we're at. And you can see the fit on that. Like, what I'm doing now is I'm looking for any bowing in the panel and whatever, and trying to make sure that it fits out flush everywhere, where it's going to look clean whenever it's all in paint and done. And the last thing is if it'll bolt back in place and still look straight. You might have to play with the depth just a little bit to get it perfect, but I'm not mad about that.
One I'm interested in is when you're sitting in there, how does that handle work in correlation with like actually grabbing it?
Yeah, like actually it's legit in the perfect spot. Your fingers fit right in. I got big ass hands and they still fit in there.
Driver rear door has already been put on. Now I just make sure this one gets all locked down correctly and then put this door panel on, and that'll be it for the doors for now.
For now?
For now.
Or for good?
Now, whenever it goes down through final breakdown, go over it with a DA one more time, make sure there's no sharp edges, make sure the cutouts are correct. It's like right there, like that's gotta get trimmed back just for cosmetic. That has nothing to do with function though. But this is just to double check that everything works perfectly fine before going that far with it.
And there we go. The door plate is installed on both sides, the front and the rears. The rears have been machined down to allow clearance for this chassis bar right here. Yeah, it's awesome. That's really crazy. It looks amazing. I cannot wait to see it with color. I believe the guys are going red on the door panel, and this will be a very dark, maybe a sparkly black
hey, it's gonna pop.